My name is Adam Hecht. I am one of the co-founders and director of additive manufacturing at Dive Design.
I'm Alex Stoll. I'm also one of the co-founders here at Dive, and I am the CEO.
Dive really embodied the spirit we had, right? Just jumping in, just, all in before we'd even graduated. Just sort of like, it was an extension of what we were feeling with not being 100% certain from the start. Were we going to do this now? Were we going to do it later? Maybe get a little more experience first? We were just diving in, and we were just sort of tossing this around as we were getting started with clients. And at the end of every meeting, everyone just kept saying that we're ready to dive in. We just want to get started. And we were like, all right, that is sticking. That solidifies it.
I think senior year was a big turning point. It was like, okay, are we going to continue doing this? We've made some money. Do we continue on and turn this into something after college? And if we do, how do we make that work? At the end of the day, we decided to give it a shot. My parents lent us their basement for a couple of months. And there was really some amazing opportunities that allowed us to move out of there, but that's kind of where it all started post graduation.
As we were graduating, we ultimately went all in on this one problem because not only could it have so much of an impact for different pets and animals in need, but it was an entirely different way of approaching manufacturing. And we wanted to learn from it. We wanted to see what was possible.
It wasn't until we had graduated in 2019 and later in that year that the development started to come to fruition.
There were companies attempting to make large prosthetics for animals, but it was something that they all lost money on. It was something that, took away from other devices that they could be making to help animals. So ultimately got pushed to the side. And when they heard about that, we have to figure this out. We ultimately decided to be able to keep everything in-house, to be able to not only ensure that quality, but continue to innovate, continue to expand upon that, offer more devices, more materials, more customization ultimately. And it's just been such a big, ultimately a big passion project for us in many ways, in addition to being another venture that we were able to start together. And it's led to so many other opportunities, not only in that space, but just through changing our perspective on the technology and how we approach new projects.
We get an email to our 3D Pets account, and they said, we're from this marketing company, and we're interested in talking to you guys about how you use the iPhone to help these pets. And we were like, oh yeah, okay, you're a marketing firm, whatever. We'll get back to you. And we didn't for like a week. And then we get an inquiry in the Dive email. And it was basically saying the same thing, just a little bit more threatening of like, here's who we are, pick up the phone. It just evolved, and they end up, loving the story of how we use the iPhone to do a lot of the 3D scanning of the animals that has made a lot of this possible, frankly. We started out with a few of the off-the-shelf 3D scanners, but as soon as we started using the iPhone, the detail, the ability to bring it anywhere and have it right in our pockets was just phenomenal. And it gave us the fidelity that we needed, and it brought so much wonderful awareness to us and to the dogs that need help, that can have help. So it was a whirlwind. So the entire time I was saying, and you may have brought this up a few times, I was just blinded by my own voice. I was like, boy, if we had some billboards, how cool would billboards be? I mean, I must have driven it nuts, saying I drove everybody nuts. I was like, and I would even tell it to their crew too. I was like, guys, could you imagine this on a billboard? And then like the last week, right after the campaign came out, they were like, we have a surprise for you. And we were like, well, what? And they're like, we need you to be in Times Square on this day. You're gonna have, 3 billboards. And I just about broke down. I remember exactly where I was, exactly what I was doing. I fell to my knees, and I just immediately started tearing up. I could not believe it. Billboards in Times Square, the amazing commercial, the little movie that's there. It's just
Marcus Brownlee coming as Brown episode, one of our favorite tech YouTubers.
Additive is going to grow a lot of the furniture industry. That's a given, just based on the research that we've done.
It's sustainability that a lot of these companies need to and are desiring to move towards. That's a really big one. And then there's going to be a lot of opportunity, I think, similar to the animal prosthetics, of processes that once weren't really possible that now can be because of the large format, but also the mass customization aspect. So I think we'll continue to see more and more products being similar, but unique to every individual that acquires Zoy.